Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel, and it's time for a video having largely to do with price. So here in the good old United States, we just had election day yesterday, and we still don't know who the hell the President of the United States is going to be for the next term. How about that? Nonetheless, the world keeps on a-turning here, and, it's like the country exists, cryptocurrencies continue to exist. If anything, the story here, it seems to me, and not everybody's going to agree with this, but it's like, crypto doesn't care. You know what I mean? It's like the cryptocurrencies themselves. They're just going to keep on plodding along here, right? And so, at least to this point, markets have looked rather good. So I've got some headlines I want to share with you in terms of price action. I've also got a story about a Bloomberg analyst who is saying 2021 may be seriously parabolic in terms of price action for Bitcoin. And so Bitcoin has been performing very well, especially over the last 30 days or so. I'll show you the chart, man. It's ridiculous. But XRP, over that same time period, more or less trading sideways. And so you know what happens as this occurs. The Bitcoin trolls come out, blah, 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 XRP, S-word coin, blah, 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 S-word coin. That's how they actually sound. S-word coin, Bitcoin. And then they waddle off back to the bridge because they don't have like a regular stride like humans do. They just kind of like waddle back and forth back to their dumpster fires, eating room temperature cottage cheese for sustenance because that's their favorite meal. It's the food of choice. I don't know why. They're freaking weird, man. Trolls are weird. But look, this happened in 2017 when XRP traded sideways for about half a year. While Bitcoin went from, at the beginning of the year was about $1,000, ran up to almost $20,000. XRP just wasn't responding. People were like, oh my God, XRP's a dead coin, this and that. Well, I think that's the part that we're at right now. I don't know, because look, we know historically XRP is just lagged behind, and I don't have any indication that people are going to behave any differently. To this point, they're behaving exactly as I expected. So people can say all they want here, but I am thrilled with my holdings of XRP. I don't care if Bitcoin leads the market. That's perfectly fine right now. Not concerned in the least. But anyway, before we go any further, if you would please delicately tap the like button, I'd appreciate it, and consider subscribing to the Moon Lambo channel, because it don't cost nothing, son. Take my free content, damn it. Consider this also, too, before I forget this. I just want to mention this. It's definitely worth noting as stuff like this happens, as the trolls come out. Don't forget that even though it is true that XRP's more or less been trading sideways, while Bitcoin's just rocketing up, it's over the last almost entire decade now, because it's been on the market for close to 8 years at this point, right? It's maintained its relative position in terms of market cap despite all of the volatility. So whether it's, like today, it's number 4 market cap because Tether ousted it, but that doesn't mean it's a stable coin. I don't care about that. But it's been in the number 2 spot. It's been, it might have been in, I can't remember how low it's gotten, but I believe it's been in 5th, maybe 6th place at times. But the point is, it's been up in that top 10 region for damn near a freaking decade. And there's no indication that's going to go away anytime soon. You know, I don't think that it matters. Yeah, there's a bigger gap between XRP and Bitcoin in terms of price and purchase. Like, look at the XRP BTC pair. I just personally don't think that matters. Now, to be clear, I don't have a financial background of any kind, and I'm not offering financial advice, so don't buy or sell anything because of anything I say. All right, I'm just happy to share my everyday Joe Schmo opinion because it's fun to talk about this and make YouTube videos, but that is all that it is. I'm just a dude on the Webernet, so don't you forget that. XRP is at 23.8 cents as I record this. Bitcoin's at $14,114. With the market cap above 400 billion. Look at that, 404 billion. Bitcoin dominance keeps climbing. Not surprising. It's just outperforming altcoins to this point. But I'm convinced that there will still be alt season, right? Bitcoin dominance at 64.67%. And so here's an XRP chart over the last 24 hours, more or less trading sideways here. Let's even pull up the 30-day. Why not? Yeah, so I mean, it's down a little bit over the 30 days. It's been volatile, but it seems to be trading within roughly the same narrow band. And then you've got Bitcoin, though, and admittedly, this is impressive. Look at this. This is a 30-day chart for Bitcoin, and you can see down here. So this is, what's the lowest point? Damn near a month ago, October 6th, Bitcoin was at $10,588. So it's up almost $4,000. Like, it deserves to be applauded. Hey, man, it's and maybe it goes back down into, it's crypto, man. Who knows? But that is definitely something. And so, but see, this gets me excited. First of all, I want Bitcoin to do well. I do hold Bitcoin. I'm just more excited in XRP because it's solving a real world problem, and I think there's a greater opportunity for substantial gain since there's less money in it. And that's my bet that I personally am making. Happy to have my skin in the game here by investing my real United States dollars into it. But I just firmly believe that XRP will trade sideways however long, but then it'll rocket up at some point. It'll have its own little parabolic move, and if Bitcoin's just leading the market right now, so be it. I don't have a problem with that. I'm not a maximalist. I'm never going to be. I don't think it makes sense to be a maximalist of any coin. Crypto is never going to be a one size fits all. Sorry, not sorry, bro. Here's a headline from News BTC: Bitcoin hits $14,200 after Biden clinches swing state votes. I am not convinced that this is why the market's doing what it's doing. Curious to hear what everybody listening thinks on this, but look, I understand, given the messiness of what's happening with this election, which I'm really not going to get into. If you're following if you don't live in a cave, then you're probably aware of what's going on, especially if you're in the United States, right? But, with the messiness and the uncertainty, this or that, okay, fine. A lot of people were thinking it could have affected Bitcoin. It's a reasonable thing to suspect. But despite all of this, it's like crypto seems to not care. I think it's more like in the stock market too, man, it performed very well today. And so if anything happens that results in the stock market going down, then I suspect crypto in all likelihood will just follow. That'd be a for fun guess. But I don't know that any of this actually matters. Bitcoin's been in an upward trend regardless. So, I don't know. But anyway, they write here, Bitcoin surged Wednesday towards its best level in the last 3 years, led by the prospects of Joe Biden winning the ongoing U.S. presidential election. I'm not convinced that's the reason. I'm not making a political statement there. I'm just saying I'm not convinced that the market is thinking about things that way. To me, that doesn't make sense. You'd have to provide some sort of logical rationale for that, which is not in this article. They just make the claim. But anyway, the Democratic contender won the critical swing state of Wisconsin in the afternoon hours of the U.S. trading session. His lead became critically important after Donald Trump logged a narrow win in other battleground states, including Texas, Florida, and Ohio. So I just kind of wanted to mention it here. Not sold on the concept, but whatever. Then there's this headline from Bitcoin Exchange Guide. Bitcoin responds bullishly to 2020 U.S. presidential election, just like S&P 500, but unlike 2016. The U.S. presidential day turned out to be good for Bitcoin's price, as it jumped above $14,000 yet again. Unlike the last time, when the Bitcoin price fell during the 2016 election, moving in the opposite direction to the S&P 500, which went up. This time, both the equity market and Bitcoin went up, much like we have seen throughout this year. Yeah, and so if this is a more mature crypto asset class and now it's behaving differently, super duper. But even several years ago, it's not like there was some sort of dramatic swing because of the election, but whatever. I think that's all I want. I just wanted to briefly touch on this. I don't think there's anything else in here I wanted to... Yeah, okay, we can move on. All right, take a look at this now. Bloomberg senior strategist, Bitcoin may turn parabolic in 2021. Well, I hope it does, because I think that it's going to rocket. I think there'll be a bunch of people bitching about XRP trading sideways. I suspect that will happen. So many of them will sell, and then they're going to have to cry themselves to sleep for the rest of their lives as they realize that they sold a winning lottery ticket effectively. And XRP will ultimately rocket up, I believe, substantially in terms of price action. I would be shocked if it didn't, because if the whole asset class is going up and it's just following Bitcoin, you tell me why that's going to be any different in 2021. What is going to make XRP no longer be where it's been in terms of market cap? It's going to maintain its same relative position, whether it jumps around a little bit, fine. Maybe it goes to number 5, maybe it goes to number 3 or number 2, who knows? But it's going to be up there. It's going to be one of the top cryptocurrencies. And you're telling me that it's not going to run, and Bitcoin's going to run, and the rest of the market's going to run, and then XRP is going to fall out of the top 10 magically? Hell no. People are not, I don't believe that for a moment. People are not even sufficiently parsing out the differences between coins, but for some reason, the Bitcoin maxi trolls just be like, yeah, XRP's done, man. You gotta get out of it while you can. I'm just like, no. That really burns my biscuits here and such nonsense. But anyway, a new crypto market bull run could be brewing, and it is becoming more obvious by the day. The higher high that Bitcoin set on Halloween over the 2019 peak, combined with the Black Thursday higher low, confirm that an uptrend is forming. Another higher low, followed by yet another higher high, could be all it takes to send Bitcoin parabolic, according to Bloomberg senior commodity strategist Mike McGlone. The top Bloomberg intelligence analyst points to the yearly Bitcoin USD price chart with a diminishing supply and annualized average price moving average thrown into the mix as the reasons backing up the prediction. Now, McGlone's chart highlights what he refers to as strong up years, following each halving acting as the catalyst. The cryptocurrency's block reward halving takes place every 4 years, hence the relationship where new peaks arrive in intervals. And yeah, I'm a fan of Mike McGlone. I've seen him, not that I agree with him on everything, but he makes a lot of sense, typically, I in my humble opinion. And I've seen him in interviews, and he just kind of has his act together. And it's interesting to get his perspective, given what his background is, anyway, and the amount of research he's put into this type of stuff. But here's the quote from Mike McGlone. Bitcoin may undergo a parabolic 2021 as it did in 2013 and 2017 if previous patterns play out. New highs are a next potential iteration and may be only a matter of time unless something we don't foresee trips up the trend of greater adoption and demand versus limited supply. Yeah, so we shall see, and that's why, again, so yeah, okay, XRP's trading sideways right now, but do you really think it's just going to trade sideways forever or just decrease and never come back in terms of price? Because I just can't freaking imagine that. I do not believe that for a second. And if I'm wrong, I lose everything. I get it. Investing in crypto is risky. Okay, whatever. But I sleep easy. I feel good about this. I am Mr. XRP Bull for a reason. But that is it for this video. I am not a financial advisor. Do not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say. All right, that would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.